This video is brought to you by
Welcome to Cool Green Clothing. We done gone worldwide and we coming straight out of Baltimore. And if you ain't on the team yet, come on get with us. Come on and make a purchase. Go online right now. CoolGreenClothing.com and make your purchase. Oh yeah, by the way, if you ain't cool and getting the green, you're in the way. That's just basic. What's going on, YouTube fam? This your boy Tony 2 times, and we back with another episode of the Baltimore Way, man. Before I start, be sure to tap that like button. Definitely watch this video to the end to hear the full story and all the details in the case. For the day one fam, y'all already know it's all love. Thanks for tuning back into another episode. If you're new to the channel and you feeling the content, feel free to subscribe. Definitely hit that notification bell so you can be notified every time we drop a new video. Let's get right into the story. Nowadays, staying out the way and low key seems like the best move for a lot of people. It's sad to say, but the more under the radar and less contact you have with others will usually leave you with less to worry about. Nobody not liking you for no reason or the way you move, taking on other people's problems when you got your own to deal with, or just eliminating the risk of any kind of negative energy or altercation. But I always tell my family, as someone who has lived in the trenches and the suburbs, nowhere is really safe and out the way. You always have to watch your surroundings. Make sure you peep every interaction, body language, and most importantly, never let your guard down. It's a sad reality when we are in a world where simple things that used to be considered normal, everyday routines can cost you your life. Like going to the grocery store or to the gas station for some relos on a late night tip. You just never know who you might run into and what type time they are on. I remember being like 22 years old, fresh out of prison. It was 2008. I bought a 1995 two-door Grand Am. In my mind, it wasn't much, just something to get me from point A to point B. I threw a CD player in there, tinted the windows, and was on the road. Just happy to be off that MTA. I used to be loose though, leaving the doors unlocked, thinking to myself, nobody want my little hoop dog. But my mans used to always tell me, stop sleeping on people. What might not seem like much to you is everything to somebody who don't got it. And on this episode of the Baltimore Way, we will discuss the unfortunate case of a father and son gone on the same day from one fatal mistake. Back in 2021, 25-year-old Justin Walker and his father, 55-year-old Christopher Walker, seemed to have a pretty good life. According to neighbors, the two men worked hard, stayed low-key. They would speak from time to time, but pretty much stayed to themselves. Being close, they even shared the home together in Rosedale, Baltimore County, in the 7400 block of Plainview Road, in a nice neighborhood. Everyone in the area said they felt safe in their little pocket of town and would even leave the doors open from time to time because it was a homeowner's block and everyone knew each other. But on October 11th, 2021, things would take a turn for the worse. That night, Justin left out of the family home to take a trip to a convenience store on Radke Avenue. After pulling up, Justin would make a simple mistake that would change everything. Not thinking too much about it, he left his car doors unlocked while running in the store. But two men were waiting in the cut with masks on and blicks in hand. When Justin hopped back in and started driving, the two men popped up from the back seat, allegedly up blicks and took over the vehicle. But it wasn't just a carjacking. One of the men took the wheel while the other held Justin at gunpoint in the car. They robbed the young man, asking for his bank card number, pulling up to the 3500 block of Pulaski Highway to use the ATM machine, pulling out Justin's money. Minutes later, they drove to a nearby Royal Farm store, and one of the men bought 2 rolls of duct tape. After returning to the car, they instructed Justin to get him his home address before driving to his house, which was occupied by his father, Christopher, and a woman who was stated to live in a home as well. I'm not sure if it was Justin's or Christopher's significant other or just a family member. But little did everybody know, the robbers had different plans for the family on that night. Instead of just dropping Justin off and taking the whip, they led him into the family's home, put the father and son inside of their home office, before searching the house, taking items. Moments later, multiple shots went off, and the masked men fled the home in Justin's car. The woman of the house called Baltimore County police around 9:15 p.m. She stated some men ran into the home. She was in a bedroom when she heard 5 or 6 shots. Then the robbers busted in the room and demanded her cell phone. She was not harmed though. As police arrived to the scene, they found Justin and Christopher in the home office. Unfortunately, both father and son was pronounced gone on the scene. The neighborhood was shaken. As neighbors stated, they couldn't believe what happened, and no one ever came to their area to commit that kind of crime. Since the father and son had no known enemies, police didn't know where to start the investigation until they noticed security cameras at the family home. They showed 2 armed men got Justin in the house. Minutes later, running out fleeing in his car. As more details came out, security footage from the convenience store the young man went to showed exactly how everything went down. As 2 men entered the back seat of his vehicle as he walked into the store. More surveillance footage from the Royal Farms showed the man enter the store driving Justin's car about 8:45 p.m., just about 25 minutes before the shooting, but no suspects were identified. About 2 days would go by when Justin's vehicle was found parked near an apartment complex in the 300 block of York Road. Inside, police allegedly found duct tape, 9mm shells, and a pair of gloves. Detectives ended up getting more surveillance from the area that showed 2 men going inside the complex with the property they stole from the family's home. One man even entered the car the next day wearing a pair of Justin's shoes. Even though police had the car, they still had no suspects until a few weeks later. On Halloween, a 20-year-old man named Antoine Andrews was unfortunately hit in the 3500 block of Lead Street. As the investigation started, police found out Antoine had rented a Chevy Malibu with Pennsylvania tags from Enterprise. The car was equipped with a GPS tracker. It was located in the 1400 block of Pressman Street, and as detectives obtained a full tracking history for the days leading up to the murder, it was found that the vehicle was in the exact location the time of the shooting. Afterwards, the car made stops in Catonsville and at a Crown gas station on West North Avenue. Not too long after, the whip was abandoned. But names will pop up. 26-year-old Amir Giddens and 25-year-old Derek Jameson. Amir's name will pop up after a Google account with his name showed he was present at all the locations. After Antoine was hit, when detectives went to talk to him, they were surprised he was already in custody. Him and Derek was charged for the hit of the father and son way on another side of town. Police found the blick on Amir at the time of his arrest. Ballistic tests were done, showing the same casings linked to the crime scene of Antoine. Amir was eventually charged with 3 murders in the same month. At this time, the case hasn't made the trial yet, and both men are innocent until proven otherwise. Rest in peace to Justin, Christopher, and Antoine. I send my deepest prayers and condolences to all the families. I couldn't imagine how Justin felt when he hopped back in his whip to see people waiting. I know most people will ask why he take them to his home, but fear is real, especially if a blick is in your face. You really don't have no control of the situation. It sounds like a case of wrong place, wrong time, when robbers were lurking. As far as Antoine, it sounds like a similar situation, or just unfortunately running into some dudes on that type time. It's no set targets, whoever is around. There's really no safe place unless you hiding under a rock. It's really nothing no one can do if you get caught by wolves looking to eat. It's crazy human life is worth a few dollars and a ride in a stolen whip. I always ask myself, why hit them if you got what you want? Just always remember, what might not seem like much to you is everything for somebody else. So watch how you move, because hey, that's the Baltimore way. Man, crazy story. Rest in peace to everybody that lost their life in this situation. You know, the father and son, Antoine. It's crazy at the end of the day. Like I said, man, these 2 men haven't been convicted yet. They innocent until proven otherwise. Y'all heard the story. I ain't gonna talk too much more about this one. Leave it in the comments. Definitely be respectful. Y'all already know it's all love, fam. This another episode of the Baltimore Way. This your boy Tony 2 times. I'm out.